What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Headspace podcast after hours. As you can see, it's a little bit dark in my room. It's at nighttime. I'm recording this, trying to get this first part out as soon as possible. I'll probably be recording part 2 tomorrow morning, only because there is about 22 tracks on this project. Speaking of that, welcome back to the Headspace Podcast. This is episode 161. Today, I am your host, Chris Chrome, and I'll be reviewing G.I So's new album, World War Me. I am super excited to get into this. I am so sorry for butchering that intro, but I am really hyped up. I had a great time reviewing this and bumping this all day. G.I So is one of my artists that I've really grown attached to. I say that knowing that I haven't really gone back to a lot of his older music in terms of his discography and his projects, but I do love his features. I've found him on Twisted Insane. Okay, hold up, back up. All right, so Headspace Podcast, this is what we do here. We listen to albums, we break them down. It's me, Holden, Bonnie. It's just me holding it down for right now. Sometimes I go back into the studio whenever there's a project Holden wants to do, but right now we got some other things in the work. He's got an album coming. We got a website coming. We've got a bunch of things we're trying to work on. So that's why it's all kind of by myself. So, woohoo! Now, with that, Headspace Podcast reviews. What we do here is we listen to albums track by track. I'm going to give you my thoughts, opinions, and what I kind of took away from it, certain lyrics, certain lines that I like, and just give you what I connected with the artist. I know that some of you watching this today may know a lot more than me in terms of G.I So, so please hit me up in the comments below. Let me know exactly what has been going on. We do read the comments. I'm not going to pick one today just because again, it's kind of late and I've got a lot to get done before I head off to bed. So with that, again, you can look in the description down below to be able to see what song I'm going to be talking about. Go pick your favorite song. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what we can discuss about and whatnot. Maybe I forgot something off that track. But I'm just going to give you a little bit about what I know from G.I So to kind of start off here and let you know what we're discussing for episode 161 of the Headspace Podcast. Now, G.I So, like I said, is a artist that I stumbled upon back on some songs featuring Twisted Insane. I am really a fan of Twisted Insane. I like that type of horrorcore that he brings to the game. I like the quick rap, the choppy flow that he uses. Really inspired by Tech Nine's interest as well, because I do appreciate Tech Nine to that level. But I guess I found Twisted Insane from Tech Nine, the song Dope, featuring one of the guys from Mayday and Twisted Insane and Snow the Product, also Tech Nine. And then moving on from to Twisted Insane, I found other songs featuring G.I So, which I really liked his voice. I really liked what he was bringing. I liked how he chopped up flows and what he was saying. So I thought that was super cool as well. And then this weekend, I didn't really know what to review. I thought The Weeknd was going to drop an album. He did drop an album. I may check that out. I don't know if I'm going to review it. But Holden was like, yo, G.I So dropped an album and you basically blew him with words. So do that. And I was like, yes! Whew. Alright, so I got to review the G.I So album. I am super excited. I really want to get into it. So let's just really jump into it. Before that, thank you so much to the Patreons, Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prado, Lindo Williams, DJ Black Hurricane, Jonathan Barnes, and Scribble. Thank you so much for everything you guys do for us. They follow us on Patreon. They follow us and let us know exactly what they want to have as albums we should review. They kind of have that chance to force us into reviewing albums because they do subscribe per month and do that. So thank you so much for that, guys. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video, which will probably be part 2. You see, I'm really excited, really hyper. I want to get into it. Let's just do it. So let's start off with the album cover. The album cover is really dope. The effect and the imagery of the military kind of standing out, representing that war feel, is really cool. I like that camo look. I like how there's a face screaming and then a calm face and a really dark face, kind of all in the same head of ISO, representing different types of personalities, different types of people and different types of and thoughts that may be going through his head, and maybe like battles that he deals with inside, which I thought was really, really, really cool. The title World War Me is really interesting, how he's kind of expressing this as like there's a war inside of his head. That's kind of straightforward of what I got, but at the same time there's this idea of like this world war, like everybody's kind of dealing with these problems, everybody's got their own issues, their own things they have to deal with. That feels like a war in their heads. So I thought that was also cool as I can't speak. I thought that was also cool as an album title. Now, there's not really much to say about it. It kind of stands out a little bit to me. I am a little bit biased because I really do like G.I So, but I think that it's more just iconic to himself. And when you look at this album cover, you can kind of see a lot of what we're going to be getting from this project already without even hearing it. I feel anger, I feel pain, I feel darkness, I feel a lot of bosses mentality in terms of just the military, just that direct, stern, controlled, like on point. Just with the camo, it kind of signifies a lot of that with like the military mentality. So that was also really cool. Kind of looks like an island a little bit. The more that I look at it, kind of looks like a cave. I might be reaching just to give content, but I mean, the more that I stare at it, the more there's more of this like different abstract feel to it, which I really, really do like. I like how Me kind of sounds like 3 a little bit, kind of contextualizing like World War III. Are we on the verge of that? It gets a little bit political sometimes, but I don't know much about that, so I'm not going to touch on that. But I do like how the Me is like all scratched out, and it feels more like he scratched it out in terms of like battling and maybe have these scars. So that was also really cool. Yeah, and that's what I thought about the album cover and the title. We can jump right into it. I want to get started on this. So the first track is Requiem featuring our friend Tech 9. So the first track on this album as an intro is really, really cool. It gives you this energetic vibe, hard-hitting, coming in with that rapid flow, that rapid pace, and you're just like all over the place, and it's just everything I want from G.I So, and I loved it. I loved how it kind of reminded me of why I kind of got attached to G.I So and what he inspired me to also do in rapping, because I really like that fast rap. Myself, I really like playing with syllables and chopping up words and seeing what I can do with them with different types of tricks and flows. So that was really, really cool. Now, we start off, and the song itself is actually really interesting in how it's being delivered, because we get G.I So starting off in this kind of setting this tone with the intro of like, before I start this album, there's a couple things I got to address. I mean, I'll only be right. Strange music, yeah, some people didn't want to say it, fuck them. And I'm just like, why are we starting on that? I feel like that was Tech 9 forced a little bit. That's just my own opinion after just conversations we've had on the podcast and everything. I feel like he had to say that. Not that I'm hating, it's cool, but it doesn't really represent much from like as a start of the album, but it's still great. And then the left, go left, right, left. I like how there's this collision with the intro of it, kind of signifying who G.I So is with the military background. I did some research. G.I So comes from a family of military, like a military family. So that's kind of like his whole life, and there's a lot of discipline and direct to that, which I really did enjoy. So that was also cool, kind of like really building his character and really building this like World War idea of the project. So that was really cool. And just, you know, he comes in all energetic and it's just really dope. Like the first verse, he comes right in, who we gotta kill, it's obvious they done drew for his blood, Felbotomist, I don't know what that word is. I'm on top. I think I forgot what the bottom is, but look at the homies with me here, and I brought them in. I'll turn your empire to an ottoman. I'm a god, still stone, monolith. Like the flows and just the way he uses the syllables are really dope, and I kind of see why he's signed with Tech 9. I kind of see why Tech 9 scoped him out. because he does have that same type of technique and that ability to play with words the same way that Tech does in a way. But I'm not saying that he's better than Tech. No fucking way. Tech is like the king of what he does. It's unbelievable. But already we're kind of getting this like mentality of savagery, this attack. Like we gotta go in, we gotta get this. So that was awesome. That was really cool. The flows first, the verse flows through, and I like where he goes. Show marks like Carl communist. Sorry mama, I didn't mean to contradict the kind of hits, but I've been like Konami gripping choppers on some Contra shit. Now I really like that because I'm currently playing Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain, and Konami created the game, and I really respect Konami for their game creations and their stories and their plays and their graphics and just everything. So I really stand out. That was cool, but I'm also getting this idea that, you know, he's self-aware of a lot of the things he may have done, and kind of seems like he got into some violent interactions and stuff, and he's apologizing to his mother for, you know, kind of seems like she meant you got to make hits, like be successful and kind of do things, and he took that as a different way. So that was kind of cool how he interpreted that. I set precedents, and I don't want a politic. So I'm gonna get to ducking convos about what Donald did. I don't got a vendetta. I'm anonymous. Every opposite. Down low, weird, no synonyms. I should just change my name to Dr. ISO because I just want to figure out what the fucking problem is. Boy, I got a problem with these maggot ass fans. They be switching up and can't use logic in the comments. Since then I was never signed and got bread and from all kind of shit. Now I like what he's saying here, how he's kind of like he doesn't got time to politics, so he's not really going to be addressing anything about Donald Trump, which is interesting because like I feel like he's taking away, and he's making this in the introduction, the album, more personal to himself. He's making it more about what he does and how he and he wants it to be more about him, which I thought was really cool. But I got a vendetta. I'm anonymous. Every opposite, down low, weird, no synonyms. I should just change my name to Dr. ISO because I want to just figure out what the problem is. I like how he's playing on this like doctor idea and wanting to like dissect these issues and talk about them. But like I guess it's more about the fans, because he follows up with the idea of these fans not really staying loyal to a lot of the rappers, kind of just wave riding and kind of trend hopping to what's cool and what's new, and it kind of feel like it irks him, and he's not really using, and when they address it in the comments as well, a lot of fans or a lot of people will comment certain shit that they may not understand about, and it's really just surface level, and it's not as deep as what King ISO is trying to portray here, which I thought was really cool. So that was dope. And he flows off cool, still giving us this kind of like sick, twisted savagery mentality. It's not as sick, twisted as like Brother Lynch Hung or like other rappers we've had, but there is this aggressive tone to it that I really did enjoy off this track. Now there is no chorus or there's no like connection. It's just an interlude. I showed you motherfuckers love from the beginning. I still show love. It's like you didn't want me to make it. I go to war with all you motherfuckers, homie, but I'm at war with myself. Matter of fact, Tech say something, and he just kind of calls Tech 9 in. And here, you know, hold on. Before all that, I need to stop. And I like when King ISO went, what if me and Twisted ended up squashing it? We could do a tour, end up and all that commenting. Y'all been talking shit, see me in person and get your noggin split. I didn't know that Twisted Insane and King ISO were beefed or anything like that. I mean, I figured there was some type of issue when King ISO moved over to Strange Music, but like I didn't know that like there was actual beef or whatnot. So for me, I was like kind of not touched by it, but I was like, oh shit, these are two artists that used to work together and really were part of like this, like for me, part of my life at some point when I was dealing with certain things, and now y'all ain't making music together or whatnot. Like that's really sucks. Like they made really great tracks together, so that sucked for me. Back to the Tech 9 point. I feel like Tech 9 just does what he does. Like he comes in, he flared, he showed versatility in his voice, his tone, the way he delivered it, the way he presented it. But like, it's a Tech 9 verse. featured on King ISO, and it's just it is what it is. It's not, and you know what, I'm not even gonna say it's better than King ISO's. They're both kind of equally the same in what they do. Tech just does a lot of more tricky shit, so of course, like, I guess at a sonic level there is this idea that Tech 9 is better, but I don't agree with that. And I'll be honest, I'm kind of just jumping through thoughts here, kind of like a flow of consciousness, because I don't have much to say about it. Look, something switched up, fucking hiccups, jump, we can thump, it's a chump when we want to get nuts, dump on this bitch, thrust if you diss us, pump a stick bus, every hater get fucked, nothing discuss, anybody with us, bucks in the gut if the luck is of a sick fuck. Like, it's dope. He gets in. When you get a whiff of the gif, I mean the gun of the nine, put some in your mind if you're thinking of coming for slime, hunt for the crime, but I best a bus and Drummond's design. Funny day though, when they be tripping thinking they though, and he just, you know, does the Tech 9 thing, and I feel like this is like not a cosign, but in a way like he had to be on the track. And I think that being on the beginning of the album is really, really great. Kind of gets it out of the way, doesn't have to be there the whole song, but kind of more focuses on King ISO himself. But yeah, Tech 9's verse is really, really good, and I have nothing to say. The song is a 4.2 on 5. It's a really great intro, but it doesn't really show me anything about King ISO, more or less just developing that they're just really good at rapping. And the character that I got from King ISO in the beginning was really cool. I don't need a character from Tech 9. And it's not to diss Tech 9. I highly appreciate him. If there's a Tech 9 album, I'm going to try to review it, guaranteed. I highly do like everything Tech does, but it's just popping up on all these albums feels really forced. It feels like he has to be there because they're part of Strange Music. I don't know, maybe that's just me and having convos, but like I'm starting to see like it just doesn't make sense. We could have got a different verse from King ISO that could have really developed the intro of what this album's gonna be, but we got a Tech verse that just was incredible like usual, so it was great. 4.2 on 5. The beat was really great. The beat was nice. It got this anthemic feel, heavy energy to it. It was really good. I liked it. Let's move on. Second song is Chopped Liver. So this song follows up really, really nicely with the last track, kind of giving you that same energy and that same feel of that raw shit as King ISO depicts in the first intro of this. ISO, Strange Music, you ain't make shit. They said they wanted that raw shit again. Yeah, it's like, ISO, homie, you can't stop. And they're like, we need some more of that raw shit. You know what I'm saying? Fucking homie, let's do it. And he comes in slamming and doing the same shit again. And it was really, really cool. But this one I like so much more because it's fully ISO's track. And there's just, I feel like there's more of a character build. There's more of an idea to this. There's more of just who ISO is and not just having to feature Tech on it. I do think that this, I think after listening to this song, and I want to get it out of the way, I think listening to this track, I kind of felt like the first track, the intro, the first song, Requiem, was kind of like Strange Music is presenting this new project. That's why Tech is there. He's just kind of like showing you his new artist, which I respect. I get it, but I think it could have been maybe a little shorter, maybe giving us like a one verse or something, and just really, you know, more of King ISO, less of Tech. I don't know. That's just me. Not to hate. Respect to Tech 9. Respect to Strange Music. I still follow. I still love you guys. No hate at all. Just open opinion criticism. Now, for Chopped Liver, this song is dope. Like I said, he kind of comes in again, but the first verse starts off like he's really just questioning what people are kind of saying. I heard some homies talking about the kid again. It's weirding me out, but I ain't talking about fitting in, which I like how he says there. He's trying to stand out. He's trying to be weird. He's trying to be talked about in a certain way. So for him, it's like people are talking about him and he doesn't really know why, because maybe he doesn't want to be spoken about, but also I feel like there's a part of him that does want to be talked about, but in the ways that he chooses. Homies be tripping, I really don't want to listen. An apology, got a swisher and a bigot that full of bickering. I don't know what that means, but he's got a swisher, so I feel like he's gonna smoke a blunt. Roll it up and get it lit again. Haha. Hold on that 44. So he's got a gun with him. If you roll up on me, get hit with it, homie. You know I'm the shit with it. Funny friends, I get rid of them, suffocating and riding them. I got your bitch on my dick, and now she threw the shit like she lit her in UGG. I told them I was a little skits, more than a fucking little bit, which there I liked, and I felt like it got a little personal, that he's really kind of just shouting out like, yo, I got schizophrenia, I'm really dealing with some shit here, you're gonna learn about it, you're gonna learn about what I go through. And that was some honesty that I really did enjoy. I did appreciate that from him. I like how he shouts out Ritz in terms of getting clientele. I don't know if that was like in terms of just drugs or making connections, but maybe that could also be a reference to like getting Ritz on some tracks that gave him some audience, some clout, or some different views. So that was cool. And the verse just really flows right through. There wasn't much that I really thought about. I did like when he goes, I told him that I was a little skits, more than a fucking little bit. I'm Eminem and you Papa Doc, bitch. I'll pop a doctor, then I leave him Papa Lock. And that was really cool. The Papa Doc reference with Eminem from 8 Mile was really dope. Homie with an attitude, but I'm not, from Compton. That's funny. He makes another reference to NWA. Cop one and I'll knock a cop unconscious. Fuck anybody hating and their outrage and their entourages. X them out like Malcolm, but pocket watches. I like how he does the Malcolm X reference in terms of Malcolm X his watch, how he's always looking at it, but like he's knocking out the entourage around you because you're not paying attention to what's really going on. I'm not saying Malcolm X wasn't. I'm just saying that illusion, I think, is what he's trying to connect. So that was really, really cool. To me, again, the voice, the verse goes on through, and I thought it was really solid and cool. And then we get into the pre-chorus. Yeah, they claiming they sick, but I'm sick with it. But I'm iller. Came a long way from the bottom. I'm on top, homie. Hold on. Now they wanna be like ISO, but you not, homie. When I really got chopping in the kitchen, I'ma turn them all to chop liver. Yeah, chop liver. I be eating all these rappers chop liver. And that's really the basis of this track, is really he's just kind of still being hard, being ruthless, and just explaining like how he's, just going to terrorize rappers and just eat them up, which was cool. I guess it was cool. Oh, so the part I quoted was the second part. I made a mistake. I wrote verse 1 and 2. My bad. But still the same thing. It was pretty dope. The Eminem Papa Doc line. Bitch, I'll pop a doctor, then I'm leaving him Papa Lockin'. That was also cool. And I like how he just still flows through and really gives us that same energy. I like how he's a little bit authentic at the end when he goes, because when I ain't perform, when I got tool that'll stick you, but stop removing my mental. Like Doc, I'm doing your physical, really moving and sticking, homie, your food on a menu. And when I order it, I'm literally using the pencil. That's what I do when I scribble, my homie. And I like how he's like really being authentic in terms of still using pen and paper and not being digital. I also think he's really trying to like connect a lot of what he's saying to a lot of just his bars and who he is in rap. And I did enjoy that. I did appreciate that. But like, it's just hype. This song was just more hype than anything I felt. I think it was just to really prove that he can rap, and he's got that ability to come at rappers if he wanted to. So I did enjoy that. I did think that was really, really cool. I followed this with a 4.2. The beat was epic. The beat was nice. It covered King ISO's voice nicely. It coddled it very nicely. The mixing on this was really great. The production is really good. I did enjoy it. Again, I also really like how it's just more ISO and just more personal a little bit. Just ever since I last popped, they lost it. Homies think I went popped and lost it. Like, it's just what he's saying and how I'm interpreting it. I'm the one that bitches. I'll keep jocking. In fact, with a pimp hat and your whole call I'm blocking. I'ma start for real. Know the 5 from rockin'. I'ma start and you can't eat a pot of comments. Like, it's more surrounded around him, which I did just enjoy. So 4.2. The next track is My First Body. So this song was actually really cool. Just the way that King ISO kind of presented his experience of catching his first body in kind of like this storytelling way, which I really, really enjoyed. So the way that it started, and okay, so first off, the beat's got this really like eerie sound to it, which really kind of makes you like, ooh, okay, and it's really creepy because the story itself is very dark and just, you know, you get this sense of like Grim Reaper-ish demonic feel, and it was really, really cool. I really did enjoy the atmosphere building and just the imagery I got from how there was this explanation that we got from King ISO. So starts off, I was never told to not avenge myself and leave it to good wrath, the good wrath of the Lord, Lord, you know. But when it comes to my anger and dealing with things I've dealt with in this world, I feel like vengeance needs to be mine. You feel me? So right away, we're already getting that he's self-aware of what he was taught. You know, let the Lord take the negativity, let the Lord deal with the problems, and you stay good, you stay pure. And he's just kind of like, nah, I kind of deal with certain things that cause me to be very dark. Like, you know, I want to take my vengeance, I want to take my revenge, I want to do what I feel is right for myself. So you kind of see this battle he's already creating for himself. And then we get right into the story, and just I kind of related to it a little bit, the feeling and sentiment, not the actual like what has happened, because of course I've never done that. But let's just get into it. So when I think about it, homie, the verse starts off, when I think about it, homie, I don't think I was ever close with him from the sandbox. It was my man's pops, and I even went to school with him. We were forced to be friends, man. Of course it wouldn't end. Same song and in tune with them. Was a sad casualty like some batteries. Nothing I could do with them. Everything I did, I got in trouble for, pulling me into it like it's tug of war. So clearly there's like this story essence of King ISO's explaining how he's not really dealing well with this friend that he feels like he's forced to be with. There seems to be like a certain reason why he has to be friends with him, and it doesn't really relate to him. And I think that I kind of relate to that too. Like growing up, my parents were just like, I have to be friends with certain people because they're my neighbors, or, you know, they're just people at school they want me to be friends with because of their parents or whatnot. And I was just kind of like, no, like these kids are trash. These kids are not cool, or these kids are just not for me. And I know that trash is such a hard word, but there's certain kids growing up that are just pure shit. Like, I know it's not too nice to say, but kids are stupid and they're shitheads. I stick to that point. Moving on. And they're mean. But they're mean because they tell the truth. So, sure. But you can also, back to King ISO, you can kind of see how like there is this essence of anger and tension that you can see him feeling building up inside. He follows up with, fuck it, I'm tipping, and now I want a war. I'm about to jump without a bungee cord. This shit isn't meant. I got an award. Creator kept sending me to a dummy door, made it my enemy, now my brother's yours. Sick with the wizardry, who was Dumbledore. I like the Harry Potter line. Phantom of fate, fathom of fate. It'll leave your stomach sore. Hungry for murder, give me a number 4. I like that how he makes like an order in terms of like he's hungry. That was really cool. And I like how he goes, did it in vain, there's an IV stuck in yours. I like how he's building this story where he essentially finds his friend on the bathroom floor overdosing, and instead of helping him, because I don't want to read all the lyrics, instead of helping his quote-unquote friend, he kind of helps him overdose. I'm in all black, pick and fake like a motherfucking change of court. Get it by my lonely child with support. Hold on, let me shut the door. I caught him in the bathroom, blood and gore. I'm about to drug him more. Dragged him towards the abandoned church. Blood I had to. His last words were, I love you, said I love you more. Then I watched him die from the overdose. Sad news, Terrell won't be coming home tonight. I didn't condone his life. Be blessed, get at you. And I like how he's kind of, look, it's really vague because I don't know more of the story. There isn't this idea of what's really happening or what's really going on. So it's kind of like there is this thing that maybe there was some anger, there was some rage, there was some pain that King ISO was dealing with, but also it feels like he was trying to bless his life and trying to make sure it was all good. So that was really what we got from the first verse. As per then we move on to the chorus, because I really live this life, this ain't no hobby, this sounds like mental words. I'm in the lobby, I'm fucked up, watch my drink for me, you got me, well, I tell him how about I caught my first body, I really live this life, this ain't no hobby. So he's really kind of defining exactly what he's done and what he's lived through, trying to show you like I've really been through these things, I've done this, and you can't tell me, you can't fake it, you can't lie it, like I know what really happens in the world. So that was really cool. I like how he addresses in the post-chorus, if you're a friend it's time to say toodaloo, because ain't no possible way he can ever be true to you. Carefully, your appointment could be the due. If he wants to kill himself, what the fuck? If he wants to kill himself, what the fuck you think he want to do to you, my first body? And that was really interesting. And I was like, okay, so you're addressing certain things that, you know, I don't really agree with. I think that you have to really just pick your friends better. I understand that he's dealing with friends and he's dealing with issues, but I think you just gotta pick your friends better, honestly. I don't know how else to say it. Verse 2, I remember that reincarnated killer's back. I just popped like 16 bars and told myself that it's a wrap. Sarah gone, I told Kiana on the phone I'm finna pass. Woke up by my homie Matthew's mom, step pops was chilling back, put me in a rat. And I like how he's kind of breaking down some scenarios that may have happened around him and things that may have gone on with him. And the second verse really just defies more of the schizophrenia, because at the end he goes fuck up, I am so brain sick, in fact where the fuck is twisted at, fuck beef, I love you G, I hope I get my homie back, fuck this music shit, I really live what I put in my raps, went to war with ISO and I'm not sure if I killed his ass. And the idea of like apologizing to Twisted Insane was really, really cool. I really did enjoy that. I also liked how he addresses like I went to war with ISO and I'm not sure if I killed his ass, really dealing with the schizophrenia personality, like King ISO being that psychotic entity in his brain. So that was really awesome. I did enjoy that. Then we get back into the chorus and the post-chorus, and I do like how there's just this wrap-up in the outro of I overcome my fear a long time ago, death don't scare me, I've been there, done that, but I'm back, World War me. And that just kind of leads into the next song. But I like how this really kind of explains a little bit of his schizophrenia, explains a little bit about, you know, just a deep story about how he killed somebody and has to deal with it and live every day with it. And it's just really kind of puts you in perspective of how like the real world is. If you've never really witnessed it, it kind of puts you, I feel, in perspective of like certain problems that people deal with. So I thought the song was really cool. I gave this a 4.3 on 5. I thought it was really dope. Next song is World War Me. So this track is actually really cool, how he, and I say he, King ISO, depicts the world, the war in himself being caused by a various of amount of things. A lot of this song kind of feels like there's just this big talk about like the environment, the atmosphere that he's kind of forced in, and what he dealt with growing up, which I did really, really appreciate. I also checked out the music video, which I thought was really, really cool. Just the way it's like him kind of running around in this like army suit, and he's kind of dealing with a lot of just issues and kind of like, well, he's fighting like army guys and stuff, but there is this like concept to it of like being in this war zone, and it's kind of like in his head. So I like how he starts off the intro. I got a bunch of problems the war that the world don't see, loading up my chopper like it's World War III, looking in the mirror how the world war me, looking in the mirror how the world war me. Now I like how he's addressing the loading up my chopper like it's World War III, kind of like you always got to be on edge. You always got to be prepared for whatever's about to happen. You always got to be ready to see what the next move is and what the next cautionary, you know, protection you got to take is. So that was really cool. Look in the mirror how the world wore me. I like how he's kind of saying like the world caused me to be like this. I kind of turned around and felt like he was like, this is what I live with. This is what I was forced into. So that was really, really cool. Then we get into the chorus, because a bunch of people don't see what the world don't I got a bunch of problems that the world don't see. Kind of follows in again with the chorus still, but the beat comes in really nicely over the marching sound and the left, right, left. Really just comes in and smoothly connects with his voice, and he just really, the sound gets a little bit louder, and you're like, okay, I can feel this is really nice. So I did enjoy that, and I like how he just starts off. It's like pure honesty. Yeah, mama was a veteran and so hood, never met my daddy and I won't look. Since a kid I've been a rebel, used to bicker with the devil, writing lyrics about the ghetto with my notebook. I would babysit my brother while I blow kush, sitting in the Caprice Chevy, whipping like a Coke jug. Started banging. I don't wanna be from your hood. All the cousins told me, fuck it, we gonna start our own hood. So already you get this mentality that because he was like segregated into a certain part, because he was forced to a certain life that he had to live, effects from his mom being a veteran, his dad wasn't around, he refused to look for his father, he wasn't gonna waste his time. He had issues with the devil, making that sense, like he's already had issues as a kid he had to deal with. You're getting a lot of like personal heavy bars here, which I did really enjoy. I like that mentality of like changing and rising up and creating your own hood. Now, I don't mean it in terms of like the gangbanging sense. I mean it more just like rising up and creating this empire. So that was really cool. Just a clique of homies. Now the bunch of them look a bunch of them like your hood. See 'em all. Call that ghost town. Then he put his soul. Look, picture talking certified. Like I want to murder guys. Pull a New Jersey drop. Get your photo took. Pull up in the stoley on the homies with some hoes. It kind of follows through, and it's really nice. I like when he goes, living like Satan in heaven, up to no good. I keep fighting myself, I can't focus. Crip homies told me back then, like we don't know, cause I ain't never cool about banging, then I chose them. I was studying the art of war, bumping Bone Thugs. Hey, shout out to Bone Thugs. Lying to my mama like I ain't doing drugs. See me at the club, I was sneaking out of home blood. And I like how that whole verse, that whole couple lines right there, he addresses gang violence with the Crips. He he says blood because he's a blood, so that's dope. I like how he shouts out Bone Thugs, the art of war, but he's also saying it like he was studying it, because that's how you gotta move on the streets and be protected. So that was really, really cool. And he just kind of flows through just the storytelling of like how he kind of grew up, and when he went to the club, he was trying to get his dick sucked. He was just this girl. He finds out she's kind of schizo and bipolar. He's also schizo bipolar. I think that's what he was trying to admit there. So that was also cool. And the verse goes through. I like how he missed the almost ODing last night, and it's kind of like the way he says it has this sadistic, sick twist to it, where it's like this little flip, and you feel like he's kind of happy that he almost OD'd, but it's like really painful, and he's not. Then we get the chorus, the post-chorus. Got a bunch of problems the world don't see. Little on my chopper like it's World War III. Right? I'm at war with myself. I'm finna go to war with myself. I like how he's addressing that. He's just losing his mind and fighting himself. Now in verse 2, I like when he goes, I rack up dope on this shit, then I ran how I rock my roll through like 55 bands. I've been on a roll like I'm living in my van. And he just kind of goes through, still explaining like certain things in his life that he has to deal with. This kind of sounds like, he's on tour, he's got to do what he's got to do, but he's also still packing, and he's also still carrying rise up from the ocean, the end that I swam, feel like I be chrome, got a kill in my care, how they got a Virgo, go with Gemini man, goddamn, like that movie reference. Okay, that was cool. I like when he says, got a mental patient room with an intercom, man. I was living on cams, call me killer armed man, about to hit to a level while I sip a tall can, make a hater get to stripping like I'm in a thaw dance. Like he's already explaining, like he's been through mental rehab, he's been through hospitalized and different stuff that he has to deal with. So that's also really cool. I like how he's just kind of addressing like, just more of that personalness, that more of that story about what really he's dealing with. And I did like that. I did like the honesty from that we're getting from him. So that was really, really cool. And it just kind of follows through and does and it still gives us that savagery. Like when he goes, asshole just died, had to kill him, blam, then I brought his ass back like a rental car, damn, and I think I saved lives while my mental's all jammed. but controlling these boys like a prison guard can. And I like what he says there, kind of like he's taking out the assholes like directly. He's not getting fucked around. He's not dealing with these people, but at the same time, he's also bringing these people back with like his lyrics. So he's taking them out, bringing you back, kind of teaching you something new, and now like he's controlling you because you're learning from what he's saying. So that was also really cool. And the song just kind of follows up nicely. I really thought there was a high energy to it. I thought a lot of the bars and the way he just spit it was nice. His flow switch technique is really, really dope. I thought that was really, really cool. So I gave this song a 4.5 on 5. The next track is a skit, and it's called Pride. So this skit is literally 11 seconds long, but I think it does do a nice job at fitting the context of what we're getting here. So it's a little bit of a battle. He goes, I got a saying, it's pride will kill you quicker than your enemies will, but shit, until that day comes, I'm getting this bag, homie, poking my motherfucking chest out, don't stand on it. And I feel like he's giving some wisdom in terms of it's pride will kill you quicker than your enemies will, which is true fact. Pride drives people to do some really crazy shit. Also kind of drives people to feel like they have to do some things as well. But I also like how he's contradicting himself in terms of like right now he's got to get the bag. He's committed to that. He's kind of like living his pride, and he's really just chasing it. And I like that contradiction. I like how he's still emphasizing on that battle in his head on what to believe and what to listen to. So I thought that was really cool. I gave this a 4 on 5. Not much to say about it. The next track is G.I So's. So this song is really, really cool. I like how he's following that same energy, keeping that same flow, really delivering those hard punches and really just coming at us. But this song really doesn't have much to it. I found it actually, I stumbled upon it a couple months, way back, a couple months ago, 3, 4, 5 months ago. Put it on because, again, like I like G.I So, and I really got into it, and it was really hype. And I got that same feeling now, like it's just really, really hype. He doesn't really say much else in terms of really deepness. He doesn't say much else in terms of deepness or like anything that's really like, oh my god, this is so intense. But I do like how he spits some shit. Like I tried to be ISO superhero shit, rockstar shit. Okay, comes in. You still got that marching band. You still got that marching feel. Still got that whole build up there. That military feel still fits with the G.I So, the whole G.I Joe play on pun thing. That was cool. So it all fits. But I tried to be a hero. They gonna turn me to a villain smoking on this herb, but they be hurt because I'm winning like the Amazon. I'm about to burn them for a minute. Ouch. People shop at Amazon, but ain't concerned with all the killing. I got love for all the animals. I'm lurking with them homies. I'm not fucking with the scandal though. Can't work at a television. It's like my best and personal. This person is this person's in his feelings. I just want personal. I just want a personal. Hit the herb and I be chilling. I like that. I like how he's just addressing, like, he's not trying to deal with shit. People are blind to what's really happening. I like how he makes the comment on Amazon. I like how he addresses the Amazon rainforest. But it still kind of just really switches through. The song is nice, packed with, like, really just a lot of play on words and a lot of, like, rhyme schemes, which I really thought was the hype of this song, and it was really dope. The flair and the speed of it is what really is impressive. So that was also something that I did enjoy a lot. But overall, like, it's a hype track. Then we get the pre-chorus, click, clack, bang, everybody, and then mama tell you I'm a G, I know, playing with that money like a G.I Joe. Wager a war when you suckers there think I'm broke. Got green like smoke. Chopper put a red light on him. It's green like go. If he dies, he dies. I will be Drago. The army too strong. Call me G.I So. Call me G.I So. G.I So. And he kind of goes through. I feel like he just took a minute to really praise himself on this, which I did enjoy. 6 tracks in, and we're getting a bunch of different things, and by a bunch of different things, I mean like a diversity of how he spits, a different ways of just connecting bars and being super intricate with things. So I thought that was really, really cool. But overall, like, again, there's still not a lot of personal deep meat here. Verse 2, I'm trying to be nice, but it comes off mean, crooked, then the close off of a jump off feed. They tell me I ain't shit, what the fuck y'all mean? I save lives daily, I see y'all seen. All this other stuff. What I did like was you squares are salty, some salt lines, shoot 'em up and head out like the SpongeBob meme. I be in blood drunk about the chug, y'all drink so crack a cold case like an unsolved scene. That was dope. Y'all gon' meet the Reaper like the one off screen. Death's calling like what's up? You up? Y'all sleep. I like how he interpolates the SpongeBob meme. I like how he's interpolating this cold unsolved crack case scene. That was pretty cool. The fact that he interpolates the Scream scary movie Scream guy was really interesting. Then put him in the ground above all things for coming up to God above all kings. They can't even wager a war. The tolerant regime and are for it, and the E from the gumball machine. Like it's really cool how he plays with all this, and I just did like that part because of the SpongeBob meme and the scary movie reference. Other than that, I gave this song a 4.2. It's really hype. There's a lot of energy in it. He comes in slaying, and that's really what I thought this song was about. So that's pretty much it. It was just like it was like a refresher. Take a second to just praise King ISO and really just appreciate what he can do. So I thought that was cool. 4.2 on 5. Next track is TFB. Okay, so TFB stands for Training for Battle. I really like this track in regards to what he's doing, but I have some issues with it. First off, I mean, it's not really issues, it's just the whole song is really just a big reference on him going to the gym, on how he's practicing at the gym to stay motivated, and he's like really just trying to stay in shape, stay healthy. And what he's telling us in this song, what King ISO's telling us in this song, is actually really, really dope in regards to like just staying healthy and being mentally prepared. Just that idea. So he starts off every day trying to get better, homie. It's a battle through, walk up in here with my guns out, flexing like I got a check, pushing weight for the money, no drug house. You already know what I rep. Some say that I'm crazy because I love the way the weights sound when I shake it and I rattle it. We don't call this going to the gym. We call this here training for battle. So I like how he's bringing that reference in and how he's kind of making that connection. So that was actually really, really cool to me. First one, I think I need a little motivation. All I got is to do is hit the weight room. No barber, I got to get my shape up. A war could pop off any day soon. All I can see is these bars. The steel gonna feel my pain soon. No pain, no gain. I got stripes like inmates doing dips in the day room. I like how he's addressing this in terms of like, because he comes from a military background, I think I understand why he's like in the gym and he's making this reference, which is cool. It gives him motivated, it gives him these things, but like at the end of the day, it's just a whole song that's wrapped around being this like superhero and being like, and I say superhero in terms of like just being healthy and really just like focusing on your mind. Then I come back with a vengeance. Call me Machiavelli, still I rise. They know I'm the king like Kali, classic like Arnold. I gotta eat these plates. It's a buffet, and I got some dumbbells for the sides. Beasties like Eddie Hall through the barrios. Like it's just a lot of references that I may not actually understand as well, but at the same time, it's still like probably all these people. I think it's all these people who may actually just go to the gym and maybe they're famous. Let's just check it out. Who the fuck is Eddie Hall? Now, I'm sorry if I sound stupid ignorant right now, but like, yeah, Eddie Hall is a strongman. So he's referencing what? People who go to the gym, and he's just trying to be like connected to them. And honestly, for me, I feel like this is Holden's track. I was like, all I could picture is Holden at the gym or like running on his treadmill listening to this, like, yeah, we got this. No joke about anything, just he's really been like super athletic for the last like God knows how long, 6 to 8 months I feel like it's been. So it's really interesting. Maybe even like a year, 2 years he's been like biking, but like this song really just reminded me of him. I like when King ISO went massive charisma. That's the insignia. They don't want smoke. Don't pass them the indica. That's a cool way of saying like, because indica makes you fall asleep. That's the strain of weed that makes you fall asleep. So it's really, really, or at least calms you down, puts you in more of like a mellow mood instead of the strain of sativa that gets you wide awake. So that was actually really cool the way he did that. I'm actually back in my bag. Like I'm getting a couple French fries, but I had to go switch up. You gotta eat good. See, wisdom. Gotta eat well, healthy. Eat your greens. That was great. I get bad. It get bad if you give it up back in the gym, because there's actually a gym in us diamond. I'm shining, but that's when we're in the rough. Times get hard, so I'll ask if you're really tough. I like how he's like diamond in the rough, keep it shining. That was really cool. But I like how he's kind of saying, you gotta stay in shape for anything that may happen. Keep your mind well, keep your body well, keep everything ready to go. So that was really, really cool. I gave this song a 4 on 5. For me, honestly, I think this is paying homage to Twisted Insane's song Harder Go Home featuring Charlie Ray. I really like that song. I think it's really cool, but it's the same concept. It's the same exact concept. They're in the gym, and the idea is they're just pushing weights, and it's like maybe a metaphor for like drugs, or even just like bars and mastering their craft, which is what I think that King I So is doing here. But like, that's really what it is to me. I like Twisted Insane and Charlie Ray's version better. I'm not trying to compare the two, but since there were in like labels and there was beef, maybe this is like trying to shout out and pay homage, kind of like I miss you, bro, in like a way. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching, but really, I don't want to declare war. So this song is actually pretty cool, the way he's like commanding that he's going to declare war. The song's called I Declare War, and if I didn't do it, the last song got a 4 on 5. For this track, it's really just cool how we're going through, and it feels like there's a part of King I So that's like maybe the crazy psychopathic part, the schizophrenic part. I don't want to sound like I'm saying this out of context or anything, but kind of just sounds like he's ready for war, he's ready to take action. I so strange. Homie told me life's too short to be at war with yourself all the time. And he just kind of comes in, live in color. I don't want to die. Told Jesus I don't want to drive. Had to whip and went from slave to master. Then I cut a slice of humble pie. I like how he's addressing like, Jesus take the wheel. Kind of like just letting fate happen, letting to see what goes on, letting time take its course. So that was really cool. And we just get more of this type of idea that is like, ISO they tried to undermine. Now they names come under mine, where he's like solidifying himself in terms of the rap game of where he is. I thought that was really cool. Now I'm winning. Check the fucking score. You just don't underscore like an underline. I like and again, this is more of just reinforcing a lot of what he does, and just more of y'all ain't really noticing what I can do and what I can bring to the game. I thought it was really cool. I like when he says, I seen birds in the trap like Travis Scott and got away scot-free. Asked Travis, oh good, now I'm with the snake and bad bitch. Practice a dope flow and make it backflip. I'm like Dominique Dews off acid, eating mothballs after all y'all aspirins, eating catfish, smoking all y'all. So I like how smoking all y'all catnip, taking catnaps while a raw dog fat chicks. Like, I like what he says there. It's funny. It's just kind of outlandish. It's out there. He's name dropping some people. I think that's part of like verse 2. Yeah, that's part of verse 2. But like, it's still kind of the same thing. The reason why I'm not following is because there isn't really any narrative to this track. It's more of just King I So just taking the stand of who he is and what he does, and I thought that was really cool. I like how he's standing up and just proving like, I declare war, and now that I've trained for battle, been to the gym, got my mental state right. Now that I'm here, I'm ready to eat. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for battle. I like when he goes, I go to war with the devil and I walk in hell with a can of gas and the match lit. My drip Goldie can't match this. Nobody fucking with me. I be doing numbers like a math whiz. My bad, I'm high as whiz. Shout out to Wiz. I like how he's kind of like confronting the devil in a way, kind of standing up to his problems, his fears, his traumas. So that was really cool to me, the way I interpreted that. I like when he goes on Brad Pitt, lost a bad bitch and need rehab quick. I want war, I'm Maverick. I'm a maverick. Admit that I got my ass kicked, but I'm back, bitch. Cause in general, I'm marvelous with the wizardry, the cunning enemy. Get it, Dorothy? I'm captain. I got fed when I tapped in. So I liked how he's kind of making shots at Brad Pitt, losing Angelina Jolie. That was really funny. I also like how he's kind of making that like Wizard of Oz, with Dorothy and the wizardry. That was really cool. I like how he's always just kind of, again, solidifying just who he is. I like how he went, my last album was a bad trip. Oh, that's just what I said. So anyway, overall the song kind of just felt a little bit weaker though. Like, I felt like this was what's going on here. I don't know why this just sounds a little bit weaker. The last two tracks just kind of fell off for me. But this is still good. This is still hype. The way he goes at it, though, his flow, his energy, which is insane. So I gave this a 4 on 5. The next track is a skit called Gluttony and Greed. Or Gluttony and Greed. Now, I like what he does here. I feel like this also sets up the next track, but I like what he does here, expressing what he's kind of dealt with in terms of gluttony and greed. I never really dealt with greed, but shit, when you broke your whole life and finally get some motherfucking money, you ain't gonna know when not to overindulge, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like he's kind of addressing that his life has changed and there's a lot of things and a lot of mistakes that he's made, and he knows that, but he's also kind of saying, like, how can you blame me? Like, I came from nothing, and not like, how can you blame me, like he can't make better choices, but in a sense, like, try to understand that I came from a life that is not the same as yours. I didn't come from money. I came from absolutely nothing. That, like, when I have money, I tend to make bad decisions. Never been one to be a glutton, but you catch me on a manic day, yeah. And I like how he's addressing the manic day, like, when he's changed, when he's not in control, when he's different, yeah, he might turn into a glutton. Now, I'm using that word not knowing what it means, and I don't have time to look up the definition right now, but actually, let's go look it up. What does the word glutton mean? Little intermission here. So it means an excessively greedy eater. Oh, alright, I should have known that.
Glutton.
That's how it sounds. Thank you, Google. Now, so, yeah, I guess, like, now knowing that, he's also trying to say, like, I feel if you catch him on a manic day, he's kind of be a little bit selfish, and he's just going to kind of overindulge and overspend and overdo certain things, which is really, really cool. I gave this with another 4 on 5. I think it sets up the next track really well, which is Manic. So the song Manic really kind of breaks down this idea of going into a manic craze that G.I So, I feel, delivers in a really nice way. He starts off sounding like cushion coffee, at the same time being characterized a whole bunch of catalysmic events. Yeah, and he kind of says it while he's like laughing, and he's kind of like going crazy a little bit, and he just comes right in. Back on these drugs, back to me packing these guns, back to me swagging these these sluts. Rapping be fun, but after not having these funds, maggot, we snatching refunds, stacking me some. The devil said that is me plug, get him for a bag, indeed, huh? And I like how he's kind of going back to some like darker stuff, kind of saying like, kind of showing like when he dives in and when he gets into that down point and he spirals out into that manic part of his brain, you know, like. He goes back to these things. He goes back to these vices, which I thought was really cool. I like when he goes spazzing out randomly. Ain't shit sweet. He ain't never had a cavity on. Cause positive shit don't start without the negative. I learned that when I had my battery jumped. I like when he says that because I like how he's addressing that you can't have positive stuff without the negative. And the connection of having the battery jumped, it feels like he got like a reset, like a refuel, and now he's kind of seeing differently, not spazzing out anymore, not really losing his mind, which I thought was also really, really cool. But I think that at the same time he's also saying, like, I had to deal with a lot of my negativity to become positive, to become able to like overcome what was going on with me, which I thought was nice. I like the bridge. Speed through traffic, heater packing, pushing, hose aside my soldier, homie. Here the cavalry comes, packing 2 tools, they'll shoot you. Lack of medicine, my head is spinning like a ballerina, turning all impulsive leads to murder. If I don't know it, I'm impotent. Doc, he told me I'll be back in these scrubs. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about right now with these voices in my head, and they're really backing me up. So I like how everything's kind of like he's describing what he's doing. It seems like he's speeding through traffic. It seems like he's kind of running through women, and he's just trying to like figure out what's going on. But at the same time, he's got these voices in his head that are really just losing it, and they're causing him to freak out. And you can really feel that freaking craziness and the pain that's really causing him to lose his mind in this song. I really liked it. The hook, I'm manic, homie, I'm manic, bitch, I'm manic, blood, I'm manic, fuck, I've been, fuck, I've been, fuck, I've been manic, you ever been manic? I like how he's questioning people, really, like, kind of in, like, a helpful, like, I need to know, have you been manic? Can you deal with this? Like, I need help, and I thought that was also really cool. Verse 2 comes in, kind of giving us the same thing. I have a problem, though. ADHD ain't real. Babies can't eat they pills, can't pay bills, take away green they steal, can't get home but maybe they free base still, plated the streets they steal, they steal, but everybody broke like Pangea can't eat, make meals. So I like what he's saying here, and I understand that it's a struggle and that you're really breaking down this idea of like, yo, this is kind of where I come from and this is why I'm manic, because my environment was so broken down. But hi, I have ADHD. This shit is real. And it's not like it's really bad. We're just really hyper, but we make impulsive decisions. We act on impulse. We don't make proper judgments. Like, yo, ADHD, we do get distracted. It's a real thing. It's not like ADD. There's an H for a reason. I have had a lot of discussions with this. People kind of tell me I'm lying. I'm like, yo, I've been on medication for years. Anyway, that's a whole different story I can have for a different day. Tell me in the comments below if you believe in this like full conspiracy that ADHD is not real. I'm telling you it is. I have it. I'm diagnosed. I've seen like 4 doctors and everything. I've also seen a psychiatrist and everything. I've checked myself. I don't know why G.I So was talking about it not being real. I think that's really bad. I think that he's misaddressing, like misinforming certain people on like certain mental conditions and certain things like ADHD, and I don't appreciate that. But the rest of the project is really nice, and I don't know why he's doing that. It's really odd. Anyway, how you paying road tax for the freeway? Real cold world outside. Bet even we can't chill. I like how he's making that. It's cold outside, so cold in the world, but like we can't even chill. We gotta stay on our feet. That was really cool. And the flow just kind of still flows through. I was actually really irked by that ADHD line, so the verse 2 kind of died out for me. But then we get the hook, and then in verse 3 he comes back and really delivers this nice punch of what being manic is. When I'm manic, I just want to dick a million sluts, bitches. When I'm manic, I just want to spend $1 million, spend it. When I'm manic, I just want some liquor in my cup, sipping. When I'm manic, I just want to hit 1 million drugs, tripping. When I'm manic, I just want to kill a million thugs, slipping. When I'm manic, I'm upbeat but really low as fuck, distant. When I'm manic, I get stuck these ways, and just showing you different things of how he deals with his manicness, and just really kind of giving you a lot of like how he feels in his thoughts, and it's really like a breakdown and in-depth thought of who G.I So is, and I thought that was really, really cool. Overall, I gave this song a 4.5. The beat was great, everything was great, just the way he flowed through and presented this whole song was really, really nice. I thought this was a complete banger, and yeah, this was just really dope, except for the whole ADHD thing. That really pissed me off, but like even it pisses me off because it's a real thing, and I know I have it, and like I said, I'm not going to go back into it, but you shouldn't be promoting false, fake news. You shouldn't be, especially with a platform like this, and being signed to Change Music, and talking about a whole album with mental health, and being fucking schizophrenic. You shouldn't be saying ADHD ain't real. That is real. Are you trying to shout out Joyner Lucas? Are you trying to make attack? Because his next project is called ADHD that's coming out next week, apparently, and I'm going to review it. So I need to know, like, it's real. That's it. I'm going on a rant. Oh my god. Okay. 4.5 on 5. The next song is Tally Bandz. Okay, so this song came on and I went, fuck no. It's one of those songs where G.I So is going to prove to everybody that he can rap on a trap beat and that he can do the mainstream shit and blah 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 blah, and it's really great and all this fun stuff. Okay, so I didn't like it at first, and I was gonna sit here and be like, oh, it's nonsense, but it's cool, dude. Like, it's hype. I feel like he stole the Gucci Gang hook. Like, just the way he starts off and goes, they be like, General, you're too serious. When you gonna do some fun song? We still kill homies. Alright, I'm gonna do a hook like y'all. I hate that. Why? No, there is fun songs. All of these songs are fun. There was like fun tracks. The first couple of songs were fun. The one with Tech 9 was fun. The one after that was fun. We don't need to have a fun song that sounds like mainstream bullshit. I'm getting really mad because I really like G.I So, but like, fuck, like, we don't need to do it out of uniqueness and authenticity and just wanting to do it and making it fun. Fine. You don't need to prove like, oh look, this is what I can do, and ha ha ha, and I'm better than you guys at it. We get it, the fact that you can spit a billion fucking words at 1 billion miles an hour. Like, it's there. You proved it. If you can pack like 52 bars in one whole like minute and something without stumbling and chopping it up, you don't need to prove anything else. You've already proved it. They're like on lean and sipping drugs and taking all this shit and acting stupid. Like, you don't... Okay. So backing it up from that... Stacking bands. We can go to war like Taliban. Used to be broke, now a Taliban. Got a bad bitch, she from Pakistan. Stacking bands. Big guns, homie, in a battle action, man. I used to be broke, now I Taliban. Stacking bands. He literally took the Gucci Gang fucking hook. Like, if I could play the song clip, I'd play it, and you'd be like, oh yeah, oh shit. Just do it. Go look at it and do it. Like, it wasn't even... Like, it's funny because... Again, I'm biased, and it's funny because I like G.I So, so it's not really fair. But overall, this isn't funny at all, because it's like, dude, you could do so much fucking better. The problem is, it's really hype. I watched the music video, and I'm like, ugh, okay, this is also really hype, too. Just women, money, and him in fucking army gear killing shit, and, like, just spitting bars and going ham. Like, it's dope. Okay, so... I like when he said, my mindset on the bag really got him, man, I'm bugging out, I got a sign, bitch, I'm amendment, there's no room at the top with the at man. These other homies don't matter like the Atom Man. 5:30 in the morning, up and Atom Man. My bitch bad, look at yours like, is that a man? I cheated on the Ativan with the Lorazepam, and I make it evil Rough Riders before Adam came. Like, okay, the wordplay is sick. I like how he's like, I cheated on the Ativan with the Lorazepam. I've had both. It's like they're fucking twisted when you don't take them. I'm not saying I'm crazy. It's just like there was a time I had to take some for a certain thing. And anyway, I'm now good. Leave me alone. The point is, it's like, I like what he's saying, but this is just more of like just fluffy, energetic, hard-hitting, not even hard-hitting, fluffy, energetic bars. Doesn't really say much. I like when he went on verse 2, have a feastful, X-Men out when the beast blew. When I get chopping partner, I'm Lee Bruce. I am Lee Bruce as a street dude. It was in my jeans too, like Eve suit to get lead troops. Leave you ghosts. Yeah, that's King Boo. I need 3 brews underground like live to evil. Sitcom TV who. I like how he goes like live to evil sitcom. It's sitcom, but it sounds like sitcom. TV who programmed how I see fools. That is why we tend to be blue. Bob, we need a reboot. I like how he says, Bob, we need a reboot. Reboot is the best show in the world. Best anime ever for its time. The drawing and the graphics were just really crazy for what it was. Best thing in the world. Reboot. Yes. Honor it. Damn straight. Reboot, doing it twice. Anyway, it's really cool. The whole song is really dope. I liked it. I gave it a 4.2 because it's actually really catchy. It's a really fun song. And yeah, but overall, like, I don't really think he says anything, but it doesn't take away from his skills and his capability. He's really rapping his ass off on this, and I really did appreciate how he just kind of went through and broke that, and broke this track. So this was great. 4.2 on 5. That is where I'm going to wrap up part 1. It's already been about 1 minute and 24 seconds. I got to edit some of that down. But to be fair, there is about 22 tracks on this album, and from what I've seen from Genius, it's actually 23 with a sneak, which I'll definitely get to that on the second part. I will be recording part 2 tomorrow. Thank you so much to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched this far in, I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Other than that, I'm going to go get ready, so do some other stuff, edit this, and get some rest, and be ready fresh for part 2 tomorrow. Thank you for spending episode 161 Behind That Suit Reviews with Chris Chrome at night. You can see my shadow. You can see the painting. I am out. Goodbye.